Hello, this is topic 6-4 on trapezoids. A trapezoid is a special type of quadrilateral. It is a quadrilateral with exactly one pair of parallel sides. Now my bases those are my parallel sides. And my legs, those are my non-parallel sides. And my base angles, those would be the angles at the bases. So I'm either talking about those angles or I'm talking about these angles. I'm not talking about an angle for one base and an angle for another. I'm talking about the two angles that match one base. So let's go ahead and start working on this a little bit. Well, because these are parallel lines, that means that these two angles are alternate interior angles, which means that they are supplementary. So because they're supplementary, they must add up to 180. So 12x plus 3 plus 13x plus 2 must equal 180. Well, 12 plus 13 is 25x. 3 plus 5 make 5. That equals 180. So we subtract 5, we get that 25x equals 175. And 175 divided by 25 gives me that x equals 7. Now I have another vocabulary term, and that is the median. So if I have a trapezoid, my median is the line that cuts the legs in half. So that means that those two legs have been cut in half. Those are the midpoints. This is my median. If I want to find the length of my median, I simply add my two bases and then divide by 2. Let's put that into practice. So if AB were 25 and DC were 13, I would do 25 plus 13 divided by 2, which would get me 19. I am halfway between the 13 and the 25. Well, they give me that AE is 11 and FB is 8. Well, this side is congruent with that side, so that's 11 and that's 11. If that's 8, then that's 8. So AD would be 11 plus 11, which is 22. And BC would be 8 plus 8, which is 16. Now let's change it up a bit. We're saying that AB is now 29. EF is 24. And I want to figure out what DC is. Well, I'm going to go ahead and mark that with X. So 29 plus X divided by 2 would equal 24. Well, the opposite of dividing by 2 is multiplying by 2. So 29 plus X would equal 48. And when I subtract 29, I get that X equals 19. Change it up some more. They say that AB is 7y plus 6. EF is 5y minus 3. And DC is y minus 2. Well, if I add my two bases, So 7y plus 6 plus y minus 2. And divide them by 2. I should get my median, which is 5y minus 3. I don't like dividing by 2, so I'm going to multiply by 2. Give me 8y. 7 plus 1 makes 8. 6 minus 2 make 4. Then I'm multiplying this by 2 to get 10y minus 6. If I subtract 8y and then add 6, that'll cancel those, give me 10. That'll cancel those and give me 2, which means that y must equal 5. And now we look at this. If EAB, if this is 63 degrees, I want to figure out what DEF is. Well, here I have parallel lines cut by a transversal, same side interior, means they are congruent. So if this is 63, that means this one must be 63. Lots of work going on up there. Let's go ahead and move on to example number 3. We want to figure out what x is. Well, this is the median, so 24 plus 34 divided by 2 must equal x. So 58 divided by 2 must equal x. So x must be 29. Really simple. So, this is our trapezoid. Okay. We have one pair of parallel sides. And we have our median. We have our formula for it. And it is also parallel. Not a whole lot of rules. Should be fairly easy to remember. But we also have what's called an isosceles trapezoid. An isosceles trapezoid has two legs that are congruent. And it has a few more properties. These sides are parallel. We have our median. My legs are congruent. And my diagonals are congruent. And my base angles are congruent with each other. So that means that these two are congruent and those two are congruent. And using these rules, I can figure out a lot more about an isosceles trapezoid than I could about a regular trapezoid. So if ADC is 54 degrees, then BCD would also be 54 degrees. If BAD is 112, then BCD, okay, well, BAD, these two are going to add up to 180. So 180 minus 112 gives me 68. That means if this is 68, this one is also 68 because these are congruent. Now if angle ABC is 95, then ADC, go to the same thing, 180 minus 95 gives us 85. So that means that that's 95. That must be 85. Which means that this one must also be 85. Simple enough. There's just a couple more examples. Here they say that EDO is 110. DN is 15x minus 5. Well, these are supplementary, so that means that 110 plus 15 minus 5 will equal 180. 110, 15x minus 5. 110 minus 5 is 105, plus 15x must equal 180. When we subtract 105, we get that 15x equals 75. And then we divide that by 15, and we get that x equals 5. And our last trap, PR is 3x minus 7. And TA is 20. Well, because this is an isosceles trapezoid, my legs must be congruent. So 3x minus 7 must equal 20. So 3x equals 27. Divide both sides by 3. And we get that x equals 9. So trapezoids are not quite as easy to work with as squares and rhombi. They've got some different rules involved, but still not terribly complicated. You're either making them add up to 180 or equaling each other. So good luck on your assignment. Have a good day.